think it's a great opportunity to actually talk about e-learning for the first time. It's not something that I usually do in my everyday sort of conversation. So I'm really looking forward to meeting new people, maybe making some networks of school e-learning projects, because I am a high school teacher, and just hearing from other educators as well, or people who are in education, about what really works, because often it's just blended learning or flipping the classroom, but I think there's more. So I'm looking forward to making those connections. In 3 words: exciting, innovative, and overwhelming. I think the most important thing is access. It creates access, and it creates, sort of breaks down some of the barriers that we have. So without access to online education, without access to e-learning, there's very little that we find that we can do these days, and it can be on a tablet, it can be on a cell phone. If we know the access to cell phones and across the continent, I think for me it's the most important thing of making the circle bigger. There's like this sort of sense of more people can come into the circle of education, more people can share ideas, more people can, talk about what they're doing. So I think it's interesting for me in that way. I think my most important one has been using TED Talks in the classroom. Without access to internet, I don't think I would have ordinarily been exposed to those, and my students then wouldn't have been exposed to those. And the topics cover a range of issues, and I think the favorite one we use is Doris Vitak, who's an 11 or 12-year-old in the video, and showing my grade 8 learners what it's like to command a stage and be an oral and a competent speaker. So that is often a very tangible example to teach oral skills, for example. I think the most important one for me would be access to teachers. There's been a lot of focus on, the resources and infrastructure, and I think that's very important, but if you haven't got the bridge or the facilitator between the students and accessing a certain piece of knowledge or information, it then becomes very difficult. I think we also need to look at what we're doing to enable parents who are parents to many students. If we're looking at basic education, what are we doing to enable parents to also participate in the conversation about e-learning, about access to information, about access to the internet? So those two things, parents and teachers. And I often think that the rest almost come quite naturally. If we're talking infrastructure, parents can mobilize within structures to get access to infrastructure. I think definitely just do it. I think many young people have many ideas, and we often sit and we just think about them. The first step is to take that first step and do it. And it's usually something that you can collaborate with other people, so it's very important to work with other people. And I think importantly is to seek out and do the research. I think often we're very, not lazy, but coming from South Africa, that's one of the things, that young people are lazy. We just want to be given on a plate. I think we must be prepared to do the research, find out what other people are doing before you do the exact same thing that's already been done somewhere else.